What can we learn from Diddy and Cassie? Grab your stick, grab your drink, and let's get into this thing right now. Yeah. It's your boy JB, live and direct to you. You know what it is. Come on and join in. Ha. What up? It's your boy JB coming at you live and direct, and you know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the Real Cigar Jeff. You can find me on Instagram at the Real Cigar Jeff. You can find me on Facebook at Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. And of course, right now, man, you on YouTube, so do me a favor. Look below, man. Hit that like button, mash that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, man, so you get alerted every time we drop one of these videos, man. And y'all don't want to miss this topic tonight. This is a Thanksgiving Day edition. My boy called me up and said we gotta drop one since family and friends gonna be gathering around the table. So y'all know, man, I had to go into the bag and we had to give y'all some current events because we know this one gonna be discussed around the Thanksgiving Day table. Man, y'all know who I got with me. I gotta introduce my panel, let y'all know who they are, what they smoking on, what they sipping on, and where y'all can find them on the social. TLC, go ahead and let them know.
What's up, everybody? JB and Rhonda, thanks for having me again. It's your boy TL Clayton. You can find me on Instagram at TL Clayton1. I'm also on Patreon, The Joke I Didn't Tell. Tonight I'm doing the Oliva. This is the O series.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just sipping on a glass of red wine tonight. You know, it's Thanksgiving, so you know
Does anybody else feel like this man acting like he on the quiet storm tonight? Oh yeah, you know what's up? It's your boy TLC. You know it's all of a sudden he got on his passenger 57 Nino Brown black. I'm like, what the world? What the world is this cat doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Good stick though.
I'm just setting it off for the holidays.
Yeah, okay. Good stick though. Good stick, man. Y'all know how that is, man. We give them a little something, man. It's the holidays. I got to be in the giving spirit, but that's a good stick you got there, TLC, man. Appreciate you being on. Y'all know who I got next, man. A1 from day one. I ain't no introduction necessary, but I'm gonna let her introduce herself, let y'all know what she's sipping on. It's been a long day for her, but she jumped on the podcast, man. So y'all she gonna introduce herself, tell y'all where y'all can find her on the socials.
What's up, fellas? Thanks, JB, for having me on. It's your girl, Rhonda. You can find me on IG at RMBLNBT. Tonight, since I just came from working out outside, I'm sipping on some hot chocolate tonight. So instead of it having Baileys in it like I normally do, I'm bringing out the rum chata peppermint bark.
Okay, holiday season.
Edition. Yes,
the holiday edition, Thanksgiving Day episode. Y'all have, I forgot to bring. Where can they find you on the socials, Ron?
At RMBLNBT.
All right, man. Y'all know how it is, man. Always glad to have my dog on. Yes. I'm gonna let that thing ride out a little bit. Let it ride out, let it ride out, Yep, let that thing ride out. See, when authentic people on the panel, you got to give them more flowers. So, I gotta make sure. Man. So y'all, Rhonda was on one last podcast, man. We hope she bringing that same energy tonight. She was on one, spitting straight from the dome. TLC too, man. Y'all know I'm taking it easy tonight, man. I'm smoking my Macanudo Red Inspirado. If y'all ain't seen the Golf Course Cigar Review, get down in the playlist, man. This is what we reviewed on the Golf Course Cigar Review. Get down there, watch that video, man. Macanudo Red, little strong cigar, so I got to smoke this one a little slower tonight. Of course, I got my bourbon, and because I told y'all last week, y'all calling the holiday season. Y'all know I'm still sipping on my High West Park City, Utah ski season. So y'all know how I get down. If people don't drive me crazy, I should still be able to make it this year. If people don't drive me crazy, TLC, I should still be able to make it this year. Man, y'all, we about to jump into this thing. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. By the time y'all see this, I don't know if my Cowboys have played or not yet, and if we celebrating the victory. But maybe you're a Detroit Lions fan. I don't know. But by the time y'all watching this, you got a belly full. got a couple drinks in you. The spades table is looking like fire. Everybody's sitting down chilling, and y'all looking for some expertise. Y'all probably watched the Passport Bros one. You binge watching the Smoke Something Drink Something podcast. So my boy TLC called, guys, on full disclosure. My boy TLC and I talked on Saturday, and he was like, "We got to give people something for Thanksgiving." And I don't get much proactiveness from TLC. So, when he calls me with something, I gotta oblige. TLC. Now, when you got this topic, man, what were you thinking? What we gonna get these people to discuss around the Thanksgiving table?
We gotta talk about this Puffy situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is wild. I was looking on Facebook. You open up your Facebook and you see where like Puffy's getting sued. And at first it was like, okay, no big deal. It's just something on Facebook. I didn't really pay it too much mind. Then I'm scrolling up on my Facebook feed, and I see a woman's comment. Then I scroll up a little bit more. I see another woman and another. I said, Puffy in trouble. He in trouble with this one. Like, it was a whole lot of women who had an opinion on it. Well, I don't really think they had an opinion so much as on Puffy's situation. I think they were focusing on their own trauma, and it was just bringing up their experiences. But Puffy struck a nerve with a lot of women in general.
Okay, all right. See, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to set me up. I know you got some note cards over there. I ain't falling for it. I ain't falling for it now. I know you got more than that. I know you got more than that.
Nothing
I know you got more than that coming. Rhonda, when you got the topic, what did you think?
Well, because we're the hometown hookup, we talk about trending topics. So I wasn't surprised that this was on our list. My initial thoughts was, Lord Diddy, what you done now? That was what I thought. But then it immediately went to, dang, Cassie, like, it was like that. Like, it was like, just surprising, but not surprising. Because when you have the amount of money that Diddy has and connections, it's kind of like, that could be a believable story.
Okay. Now y'all got to know now. Guys, let me say this, because me and TLC were joking about this on Saturday. Y'all got to know, man. And y'all get down in the comments, but just know this for entertainment purposes only. We ain't trying to break up no happy homes or nothing like that. We just trying to spark discussion.
Well, so when this is the Thanksgiving season, so people are arguing anyway.
People gonna be. We ain't discussing Trump and Biden. We ain't discussing Trump and Biden. So y'all don't get in a fight over and don't be fighting over the white meat either, man. Look, you know what? Just buy enough turkey where everybody can get some white meat, so it ain't just the dark meat left over.
Dark meat,
right? You'll never see no white meat left over though. You ain't never seen no white meat left over. Let me get back on topic. Hold on, let me get back on topic. Now, guys, when the topic came up, when I saw it, I said, the first thing I took away from it is that's exactly why people don't want to be rich. Because at the end of the day, guys, and I'm gonna share a couple things with y'all. If he wasn't rich, we wouldn't know. And one of the things in when you see a rich guy go through something, because you don't have that money, you automatically going to side with the person who is bringing the complaint, because who can you identify with more? Honestly, when I read the complaint, because they released the complaint, I wasn't surprised about anything I saw. Because guess what? Remember, guys, we talked about this in a previous podcast. There's love you get taught when you're rich. There's love you get taught when you're middle class. There's love you get taught when you're poor. And the stuff this man had this woman doing. And here's the funny thing, guys. What did I learn from it? She let out some details that you typically wouldn't see a woman let out when it comes to really making you feel like you were there watching like Diddy was too. I said, man, let me stop watching this. This feel like I'm watching feel like I'm there. Let me close out of this thing, because all of a sudden, man, you gotta go take a shower after reading that thing. Smoke a cigarette or something. So what did I think about it when I got the topic? I said, Diddy, first of all, you're rich. Second of all, you called her bluff. Now, you can call her bluff when she with you. But don't call her bluff when she's not with you. She got the big joker. She got the big joker when she ain't with you, TLC, and she dropped the big joker. Everybody that plays paid. You know who got the big joker as soon as we deal. Diddy said, I don't believe you got the big joker. Not only did she had a big joker, TLC, she did a 10 for 2. I think she ran to Boston when Diddy saw that complaint. They settled the next day. Mm-hmm. Now I ain't saying it's true. I don't know if it's true, but those were some intimate details. So what I got from it was, this is why people don't want to be rich, and this is why we need to understand that when you didn't grow up with that kind of money, the way you got taught intimate relationships were to keep you out of jail. Cause I didn't see nothing in that. I didn't see nothing in there I could get away with without going to jail. Jump in that TLC. Let me know what you're thinking.
Well, you touched on the money situation. I was thinking about Puffy, and I was like, he does a lot of things outside of music. I don't know if he still has his clothing line. He was connected with Ciroc, but he may not still have that. But
he got out there. Ciroc dropped him.
He let that go, but he still has other ventures out there. And I'm like, when this hits, a lot of those companies are going to want to part ways with him. So I'm thinking, it really doesn't matter how much money Puffy has. He can't afford to go to court. Like, he does not want to drag this thing out, because the longer he drags this thing out, the more companies are not going to want to deal with him. Like, it's messing up his future investments. I was like, this is a bad situation for Puffy. And I don't even remember how much she was asking. I think it was $30 million.
She asked for $30 million. She asked for $30 million. Yeah.
And he settled the next day. That lets you know that he was like, you know what?
I ain't even trying to fight it, bro.
Compared to the money that I'm fitting to lose, I'll let this $30 million go. Like, what do I sign?
But see, I'm going there. I think it's more than $30 million, because she was about to release a book, right? The whole TLC, you just said it. The whole internet turned against her. And Rhonda, before I let you jump in there, Rhonda, let's be honest. Diddy had just done something admirable. Let's not forget what your boy just did. Your boy just decided. Your boy let everybody get their masters back, but they had to sign an NDA that they couldn't talk about, right? So what did Cassie do? And I don't know why Cassie did it, but if you seeing Diddy being generous and all that kind of stuff, where's her cut? Where's her cut, TLC? Now, Rondo, if you see that man giving back the masters and you see that man going through a tough moment, did he know this was coming out and that's why he did it? And he was hoping that people would end up saying, man, we can't do that to Diddy. Diddy's a nice guy. He's looking out for the culture. Rondo, do you think that had anything to do with the fact? Do we now think that Diddy was giving up the masters because he knew the story was going to come out? Have they been negotiating the whole while and things stalled?
I think she probably had reached out to him. I think the last thing I heard of, I knew he had given back some of the masters, but I thought he had made like this philanthropic donation to a bunch of different places too, like upwards of $1 billion or something. I thought not too long ago, which is definitely like a goodwill gesture. So I don't know. It sounds like all that Diddy has done since Cassie, meaning whoever he's dated, who he's had the babies with, and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure there's something that this has been in the works for a little while. We're trying to get some type of restitution. That's what I'm gonna say, because I think she fell under that New York law that allows victims of human or sex trafficking that even after so many years, you can come forward.
Yes, it's coming to an end. Guys, just to let you know that they opened that statute back up and it's coming to an end. And she dropped the bomb right there.
And if he did it, I didn't read the complaint, so I thank you for saying that you read the complaint, because I have not seen the details of that. But it's Diddy and he got money. It's Puffy. It's Brother Love and he got money. It's you know what I'm saying? It's Sean Puffy. So yeah, I'm sure. Look, where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's
jump in there, TLC. Jump in there.
You said Diddy got money, but how much money does Diddy have?
That's what I'm saying.
No, nobody really knows. But guess what? When you go to court, they open them books up. Mm-hmm. Then people know exactly what you got. You remember not too long ago when 50 Cent got taken to court, and all of a sudden he was like, "I ain't got all that money I said I had."
Yeah.
It might be the same with Diddy. Diddy did not want to go to court.
Yeah.
If you go to court, when you go to court, all your business out there. He didn't want that.
But I think it's interesting, guys. I think we're all making good points, but what can we learn from it, right? That's what I want to hear from y'all. What can we learn from it, right? Because I'm gonna tell you like this: I didn't learn that when you become rich, you're gonna get sued. It's the number one wealth transfer in the world. That's the number one wealth transfer. Is a transfer of wealth due to you operating, and your transfer of wealth gonna always come from flesh and blood activity. Let's be honest. What Diddy built from starting at Howard to what he built. We grew up in the club with Diddy, right? We know when the Bad Boy set came on in the club is now popping, right? This is what we dealing with. This is near and dear to our heart. We did the College Days Ruining Your Relationship podcast, right? Well, we in college, Diddy was our boy, right? Biggie was our boy. The whole Bad Boy thing, we had never seen anything like that. And let's be honest, guys, this was the first rapper. Correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all get down in the comments. This was the first rapper that said we about to rap about a lifestyle versus gangbanging. And now all of a sudden we seeing lifestyles like we had never seen black people have before. Diddy coming out with this style and this flow, and he's the only guy who owned. It was the first thing that taught us that you didn't have to be a rapper to own a rap company. Because all of us out there thinking we had to learn how to rap. Diddy was like, no, all you got to do is know the rappers. And then they're gonna let you jump on the track. So, hey, what did I learn from it, guys? You can't, if you're gonna be rich, get ready for the lawsuits. There's people who can't do what you do. They're gonna come after you. Now, I'm not saying that's what Cassie did because I don't know the intricate details. Now, with Diddy settling one day afterwards, that lets me know negotiations were already happening and somebody's bluff got called. And Diddy saw he was already losing in the court of public opinion. When you are rich, guys, just know here's what you got to know, guys. When you're rich, you're going to lose in the court of public opinion. When you're poor, everybody going to call you a dumbass. Right? See, let me repeat that. When you're rich, you're going to lose in the court of public opinion. Ain't nobody got nothing good to say about you. When you're poor, man, you a dumbass. Right? Because now, here's what I got to tell you. And guys, I'm not taking up for Diddy. I want to make sure I say that. I'm not taking up for Diddy. I'm not taking up for Cassie. But whatever they were going through, we couldn't tell it based on what we saw. We couldn't tell it based on what we saw. The way this girl carried herself, the way he carried herself with her, we could not tell any of this was going on. TLC, am I the only one? Were you able to see anything like that?
I didn't see anything like that, and it just made me think back over all the women that he's dated, because I was like, ooh, you might just be opening up a can of worms here. I think he's with Miami now, and
oh no, she broke up with him.
She took a break.
She just broke up. She said, "We taking a break."
There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
He better.
Her lawyer gonna send the case over next.
But most guys don't just turn into woman beaters overnight. Allegedly.
Yeah, so, allegedly.
You don't know how long this has really been going on.
But TLC,
that's one thing that makes it think back on. It's like, okay, you don't know how far back this has been going. So
TLC, Imran, I'm gonna let you jump in there. Let's get away from if you read the complaint, the physical beating was not the major thing what she was really complaining about. What she was complaining about was having these men that basically here's the men that's where Diddy was gonna get in trouble at. If this thing if he was taking her across state lines or whatever, if that was true, TLC. Now look, the physical abuse is one thing, but what the real crux why he had to make this go away was the sexual component that she was talking about. And now you got dudes in here with her and you over there watching, pleasuring yourself and that kind of thing. Now you got a problem. See what I'm saying, TLC? Now.
Yeah, but I'm saying that same habit, it just didn't spring up out of nowhere is what I'm saying. It could have been happening with multiple women.
But see, I disagree with you.
You don't know.
I disagree with you, TLC. And then I'm going to let Rhonda jump in there. Bill Cosby got introduced to a certain life. He didn't know that life before TLC. Bill Cosby got introduced to a life. Diddy was with Bad Boy, Arista, all these people, right? Diddy started getting introduced to a different level. When your money changed, so does your experiences. Can we both agree? Can we all three agree with that? right?
I'll agree with that, but you don't know when abuse started.
No. What I'm talking to you about, what I'm saying to you is this. When Diddy was at Howard, we didn't hear this. When Diddy and Biggie first got together, we didn't hear this, right? This is after Diddy has kind of been out of the spotlight when he was making music and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm trying to tell you, Rhonda, and I want you to come in there because that human trafficking part, that's what's really hurting them, in my opinion. The physical thing, the hitting and all of that, that's a whole different ball game. But if you read the complaint, what Diddy was really going to be in trouble for, that TLC, that if he was beating her, that's a misdemeanor for the most part. But if he was trafficking her across state line, that's a federal charge. You can't let that go. Ain't nobody trying to go to the feds. Jump in there, Rhonda. Let me know what you think.
Well, the unfortunate part about it is, like, hindsight is 2020. And yes, she did not look like it at the time that she was being abused or trafficked or anything like that. But when you take somebody who's older and then you get someone that's younger, definitely in a male-female role. Male is older, female is younger. You can groom that person in a lot of different ways for them to show up in ways where we don't know if she was drugged up, so she knew how to come out there on the red carpet, look how she need to look, do what she need to do. We don't know if he was drugging her when she did have to perform those sex acts. So yeah, even though it wasn't as evident as someone having a black eye or someone, like looking rough, he could pay for all that to cover all that stuff up.
I agree. Now, see, Rhonda, I agree with that. I agree. I ain't disagreeing with that.
Yeah, the trafficking part, though, for with how big it is now, unfortunately for Diddy, that's hard to just sweep under the rug. And then for you to settle one day after, it does allude to a certain amount of guilt. Because this means she probably has enough on me. Yeah, I could be trying to sweep it under the rug, do whatever. But if you're saying all this stuff that's in that complaint, she probably could have got a whole lot more.
But I'm glad you said that, Rhonda. Hold on, TLC, before I come in there. I can't show it on my screen. I'm gonna show some articles here pretty soon. I can't show it on my screen. But if y'all go a chance, TMZ, I want to say it was TMZ that just talked about Cassie, and that back in 2010 when he first found out Cassie, this is on TMZ. This is not Jeff, but TMZ. I don't want to get copyrighted. That when he first saw Diddy with Cassie, he sent Diddy the pictures that he was sent about Cassie. And the pictures allegedly showed her being with multiple guys. This is before, when Diddy first got with her. Mm-hmm. 50 Cent called him, said, I'm going to send these pictures over to you. When Diddy got him, he said, where you get these from? 50 was like, don't worry about all that, but this is her. Now, nobody cares about that because the complaint that Diddy's dealing with, regardless of what she was in her past, once you got with her, you pretty much said, okay, I'm cool with that. But what I'm saying to y'all is that why he got with her? Because he knew she was compromised, right? He knew she was compromised, right? So at the end of the day, guys, the lion ain't going after the strong gazelle. You got to go after the one that's limping, right? You ain't gonna try to run down the strong gazelle, TLC. You need that one with 3 legs, not the one with 4. Right? So was she already compromised? And one of the things we can learn is, guys and girls, don't get with compromised people. Remember, guys, the title is, what can we learn from this? Don't get with compromised people. Because once you get with them, you're accepting the compromise that they're in. And I think Diddy and her had this. Y'all go back and look at the podcast where toxic relationships are the best relationships. As long as they stayed together, we wouldn't have known. As long as they stayed together, we wouldn't have known. If Diddy shouldn't have never left her if you let her into a part of your life you didn't want everybody to know was public. Go ahead, Ron. And then TLC, you can jump in there.
Oh, or she got too old.
Okay. Oh, you saying that the woman is a depreciating asset, Ron? Is that what you're saying?
When it comes to, I could see if he was using her as a sex worker, absolutely.
So you're saying that's why he got with Young Miami, because Young Miami was a newer model? Possibly.
Now, I'm not sure. That could be the case, but all I'm gonna say is Kim Porter. How long did he Porter? right? They were around the same age, the mother of his twins, right? Was she the mother of his twins? Right? Like,
Yeah.
I just think he may have needed somebody younger that probably was a little naive.
And you may be right. And all I'm saying, guys, is don't get with compromised people. Jump in there, TLC. I saw you had your hand up.
Oh, I can't remember what it was about that you just mentioned. I think it was something about compromised people, but I can't remember my point now. But going back to it, I think it was about the young people. Oh yeah, I think it's easier to manipulate somebody when you are powerful, you're rich, you've already established yourself. I think Cassie was just coming on the scene. She might have had like maybe one album out or whatever. So now he's controlling her career, what she does outside the career. So, I mean, he can really take advantage of that. But I mean, $30 million?
Assuming it was 30 million, TLC.
I mean, it could have been more. It could have been more. But that's like, wow. Just the price tag on that.
TLC. But if she would look, TLC, if she was getting the equivalent of that while they were together. See, a lot of people don't understand how this thing works. What was her lifestyle when they were together? And we're going to go there, right? Now, I just wanted to pull this up because Rhonda brought it up and TLC brought it up. Where they find this picture of it?
When you say together, though, they want husband and wife.
I can't see the picture.
This is just a girl you dating. You owe someone $30 million for a date. Just for a date, your ass. J-Lo said love don't cost a thing. And Cassie said, no, it costs $30 million over here, buddy. Like,
if your
J-Lo done got paid. J-Lo done got paid from every one of her husbands. When she get divorced, she done got paid from every one of her. Y'all better stop listening to this stuff.
I guess love does cost something.
Love costs a lot. So look, I pulled this article up, and we're gonna just go through these 3 articles because I want y'all to see. This is over here at Salon. I'll link this in the description, and I want y'all to see this. Right, where they find that picture of Diddy at? Like, look at the title. We should have known about Diddy: A History of Violence. The Bad Boy Records CEO image has been less than pristine. So why did it take until now to pay attention to it? Why they find that picture of him right there, right? That's just like my real estate card picture. I ain't looked like that in years.
Lord, there you go.
Right? So I want to get to this part. Now they're going through his history, guys. They're going through his history. And if we put aside the documented violence, Diddy seem to have this impenetrable reputation in the black and hip hop community because of his pioneering efforts. But Cassie's bravery and refusal to take silencing, hush money upwards of 8 figures, and instead filed a lawsuit has undone all the relentless work he put into controlling her and his public persona. Right? Now, I want y'all to read that. Cassie's bravery and refusal to take silence and hush money to upwards of 8 figures. TLC, did she take it? Didn't he silence her? Didn't he silence her?
No, well, she might be quiet now.
Now,
8 figures. She signed a lot of people quiet.
You signed an NDA. She probably can't release that book. She probably can't file criminal charges. She probably can't cooperate with criminal charges, and she can't say nothing about him till Jesus come back. Right? See, so Diddy put a cap on his loss and put a cap on her gains. Remember, the Diddy she's fighting with is now Diddy the businessman. His lawyer put this to bed. Now we gonna keep talking about it because people can't believe it got settled the next day. Because guess what, guys? The reason why I pulled this article, nobody wanted her to settle. TLC bought it out in the beginning. What can we learn from it? Everybody wants you to go to court. They want to see the real you. Everybody wants you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ron. What'd you say?
No, yeah, you do want to see it.
Everybody wanted him to go to court. Now they're going to be mad at her. Right? And I wanted y'all to see that. I want to go to this next one because I want us to get the conversation in. So hold on.
Is it just me or I'm the only one that need larger font?
Hold on, you can see the
I was
font?
thinking I need to put my glasses on, but
Hold on. I thought it was hold on. Now this is the one I was talking about right here with Keisha.
Okay.
All right, so this one should be a little bit bigger, Ron.
Who is Keisha? Who is that?
The singer.
Kesha,
sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You ain't on the hippity hop.
Kesha dumps Diddy mention in her song after Cassie accusations. Y'all see what's happening here. What can we learn from it? What can we learn from it?
You got to separate yourself from people when they start taking losses. Like,
bruh, what can you learn from it? Jesus said, "I'll never leave you nor forsake you." There's a reason he told you that, because everybody else is. Kesha dropped it. The mention of Diddy and her hit song TikTok. Diddy made the song hot. Diddy made the song hot. Right? But guess what? Why did she do it? Let's go right here. Kesha has not commented on the lyric change, but in June 2023, Dr. Luke dropped his defamation lawsuit against Kesha. After the blow, singer sued Dr. Luke and Sony to get out of her multi-album recording deal, alleging that he had raped her in 2005, which he denied. A lawsuit by Cassie, which was subsequently settled one day later, was launched November 16. So what happened is Kesha had to drop Diddy out of it, because both of them had lawsuits against the guys who were in charge of them. Mm-hmm. I wanted y'all to see that. Then I got one more. I want y'all to see, and then we just gonna jump back in. We're gonna jump back into this thing. We got one more, and then this is the best one, TLC. I just want y'all to see the transition from Diddy now. This is who I think is really behind it.
The transition of Diddy now?
No. Hold on now. I want y'all to see this one. This is the one I love the most, because this is who I think is behind everything. And I hope I don't get copyrighted.
Oh, is she married?
She was married the whole time?
Who is Cassie's husband? All about Alex Fine. Remember, she got with a personal trainer. She got pregnant. See, this is where I think it's coming from. This is where I think, again, guys, this is my opinion. This is alleged. This is for entertainment purposes only. I just want to go through this article with y'all, because I just want to go through this article with y'all. Cassie married personal trainer Alex Fine in 2019. I want y'all to see that picture. Now, why am I going there? Here's what I hate, guys. He married a person who knew all of this. So who do I think is driving this? Why do y'all think? Yeah, she married No, he married her. Now he's finding this out. The question is, did he know all of this was going on? Did she tell him, and did he say, no, you need to go sue him for that? That's what I'm asking. What can we learn from it? Go ahead.
I got a question, because I didn't even know she was married.
Yeah.
So was she still married when she was dating?
No. She and Puffy broke up. This is her personal trainer that she had while she and Puffy were together. Then they got married. They had the baby. Okay. That's what I want you guys to see. Nobody's talking about this guy. TLC said something when we were talking. Y'all go back down and listen to the "What Can We Learn from Keke Palmer." TLC bought some wisdom on that, and TLC said the only one who wasn't working was Keke Palmer's boyfriend. Everybody else working.
Right.
So now this is her trainer. I just want to go through I want to go through this with y'all. The Me and You singer, whose full name is Cassandra Ventura, first teased her relationship with Fine in December 2018, 2 months after confirming her breakup with rapper Diddy. The pair married the following August and welcomed their first child together. In March 2021, they announced the birth of their second daughter, Sunny. So got 2 kids now. 4 years after the breakup, Cassie claimed she was stuck in a cycle of abuse, violence, sex trafficking for 10 years. And when she tried to end the relationship for good, he allegedly raped her. Now, and again, I should have beat that out. But what I'm saying to you guys is they decided to solve it one day after. Okay? Look at what this says right here, TLC. I just want to do that right there. The husband is fine. The husband, Fine, was supportive of Cassie throughout the legal process. TLC, why would you think he's supportive of Cassie throughout the legal process?
I mean, it's 30 million dangling out there. I mean,
yeah.
Girl, I know somebody who can wash you white as snow. If we get this money, we can forget anything happened. And what happens, guys, is this.
He could go after it too. He could go after her money.
Boom, Ron, I'm glad you're there. Here's what I'm going to predict. And again, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is allegedly. I'm giving it 12 to 18 months where they're going to be divorced, and he going to want his portion of this money. TLC, what you think when you hear that?
that he can go after Diddy's money too?
No. He can go after her. They're married, TLC. They're married. So
Yeah.
let me tell you what.
I don't think he would go after Cassie. I don't see him going after Cassie.
I think he could wait a year or two. I think he could wait a year or two.
I give it 12 to 18 months. I give it 12 to 18 months. TLC, you have had to put. Nobody knew this about your wife. Nobody knew it. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna say nobody knew it. The fans, the general public did not know this about your wife. Now, every time you go out, everybody gonna be talking about the things your wife wrote. This wasn't a suit. This wasn't Diddy bragging about doing this to her in some song.
I think the general public is still looking at her as the victim, so I don't think people are gonna look down on him out in public. I think
TLC.
His wife was victimized.
But TLC, I get that part. What I'm saying to you, Rhonda just said it. Rhonda said, I'll give him a year or two. TLC, this thing was not supposed to go public. This was being worked upon behind the scenes. That's why it settled one day. You don't settle a case in one day. Think about it, TLC. If you get a speeding ticket, it's going to take some time for them to get to a plea.
I need several continuances.
So if we know a speeding ticket takes time, when you asking for $30 million, so he played football. He was a personal trainer. He played football for Central Michigan. This was them when they got together. Y'all say the rumor was she and him were getting together. He knew the whole time what was happening. He was her escape. Okay, right? So they knew this, right? Fine shared that he was passionate about personal training because he realized that many of his clients were constantly surrounded by people and had few one-on-one interactions. So he felt a special bond with them, right? Now look at this. He and Cassie met at the gym. Now y'all got to know the next podcast, future podcast, I just wrote it down today as I was studying this, is the gym ruining your relationship? TLC? Is the gym ruining your relationship? We going there. Yes, look at this. Diddy let his girl go to the gym without him. Diddy over there passed out. She over at the gym working out with this guy. Look at this. Right? So, Diddy and Cassie split. He proposed. I'm just kind of going through this, guys. Look at this right here. I think this is Keke Palmer all over again. Got tired of that life and got with this guy. Got with this regular guy. Okay? Got with this regular guy. She got pregnant. They got married in 2019. Look at all these pictures. None of these pictures she could have with Diddy. Rhonda, you see that green M&M? That green M&M right there, Rhonda? I ain't gonna go there though.
Okay, yeah.
So,
go there.
they have 2 children together. I just want to go through this. I woke up this morning with you two and your mama and took a moment to let that sink in, that we created the perfect family that isn't perfect, but is filled with so much love. I always thought my purpose was to inspire others through wellness and give back to those who are less fortunate, but I was wrong. That is my legacy, and you two girls are my purpose. I'm put on this earth so I can help you shine and have beautiful lights touch a lot of people. Just holding both of you, I know you are destined for absolutely amazing things, and I'm put on this earth to support what you two love doing. He works with Cassie on his fitness company, Almost Home. Now I'm going there, guys. He was supportive of Cassie when she sued Diddy. And I think that's the end of it. We stop sharing that. All right. I had to go there, guys, because that's who. Look, guys, I think that's who's driving this thing. Your girl was used to a certain lifestyle.
Well, I mean, if they're together, I'm sure they discussed it. I mean, you don't just want your significant other to wake up and cut the TV on and see, hey, there's a lawsuit. Which, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had
You done done all these things.
Yeah, we done talked about secrets before.
You ain't done that with me.
Yeah, that's the secret.
When you say Ronnie, you ain't done that with me. That's what he really mad about. That's messed up, man. You ain't do all that with me. Well, it ain't that nasty. It ain't that nasty. But you ain't do it. It's only nasty because you ain't do it with me. That's crazy. This dude over here taking pictures with balloons and stuff. I mean, he over here doing a fairy tale TLC.
He would too for $30 million.
Well, but that's the whole point. I think I'm not discounting what happened with Cassie. I want to put that out there for all my listeners. But I don't trust the husband. I do not trust the husband. And I think when he found out she was compromised, He's no different than Diddy. I'm giving it 12 to 18 months, and I guarantee you he gonna divorce her to get that. He gonna divorce her to get his portion of this money. I'm telling you, you were with her while she was with Diddy. You were with her. You know, y'all got together 2 months later. Y'all got together 2 months. Y'all, you the personal trainer, man. We already seen the memes on Instagram with the personal trainer. TLC, I sent you one the other day. Right?
Yeah.
Right? So we all know what's happening with the personal trainer. And if she was going through this stuff with Diddy, guys, I understand why she was reaching out or she was in the arms of somebody else. I ain't even gonna condemn her for that. But this is the one person who's sliding under the radar screen, because what if Diddy was already paying her a stipend to keep quiet? What if Diddy was already paying, and what if it was coming to an end? You done left Diddy, you done married a guy who don't make what Diddy make, and you done created 2 more liabilities called children. How you gonna afford your lifestyle? How you gonna afford your lifestyle? What can we learn? What can we learn from this? Make sure you get with somebody who got just as much or more. Because at the end of the day, guys, he knows that he gonna do the same thing to you. So when I see that, you watch what she allowed Diddy to do. Now you having the money coming to her. Now I guarantee you, 12 to 18 months, TLC. Jump in and let me know what you think.
When you're talking about, he already knew, the husband already knew what was going on. Maybe. I don't know for sure. But now I'm thinking about Diddy's last album. It was called the Love Album, Off the Grid. And I'm like, maybe they wanted to keep it off the grid. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe I need to go back and listen to that album.
Yeah. See
what's really going on here. But
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't even know she was married. So that's kind of that whole situation.
That's frozen.
A new twist there. Yeah. But I don't know. Still now, 30 million.
It's making me listen because by far one of my favorite Diddy songs is Last Night with Keisha Cole.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't hear that song the same way no more. Because if you listen to the whole song, after the song cuts off, he does a little monologue while he answers the phone. But it's still one of my favorites.
You say just like Chaos. You can't let nobody. You can't pull up to the light with Chaos playing no more with the windows down.
Oh, Chaos is Chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos. But yeah, but it depending on the timeline of his music now, I'm like, ooh, I wonder if he was with her or like was something going on when.
Absolutely, Ron. Absolutely it was.
Their music. So
absolutely it was. And y'all got to understand, regardless of what Diddy got going on, if the boy puts his hand on something, it turns into a hit. Like you can't take that away from him, which means he different. Y'all listening to my intro, y'all see what I do when I put my hand on something. And right? I ain't did.
And the spotlight has been on him for a while now. Like I haven't even deleted the BET Awards because I want to see his performance. Because I think he got some Icon Award or something. I'm not even sure.
But, I don't know if they're gonna take that back or not now.
Yeah, the spotlight has been on him.
He's gonna be in the Adult Entertainment Awards now.
Oh Lord, there you go. See.
It's BET. They let him keep it.
It was either Diddy or Suge Knight. All right, my bad.
Oh, goodness.
Rhonda, you're making a good point, and I want everybody to understand this doesn't take away from the man's talent. And one thing I can learn from this too, and I just keep hitting y'all with it. What can you learn? If this thing gonna happen, let it happen later in life instead of in the beginning. Because the best part about Diddy is it's happening during Thanksgiving, happening during Christmas. Go ahead and get it out of the way. Another story gonna hit the airwaves. This was just like Keke. This is Keke Palmer all over again. Go ahead, TLC.
We were talking about how quickly this thing got taken care of, and I was thinking about the actor Jonathan Majors. He's in the Marvel movie and all that.
Yeah, he done
hitting his girlfriend or whatever. They're going to court, and while they're going to court, Marvel is trying to write him out of all the movies. And he's losing movies.
And Creed.
While he's waiting, he was in Creed.
Losing Creed.
While he's waiting for the court process to go on. So it's like, you're going to lose either way. You might as well just get it on over with.
Did you see they got proof that she was the one who started the fight and hit him first and chose not to prosecute her?
Don't matter.
Doesn't matter. Look, so what can we learn from it, guys? Get it over with quick, and hopefully it happens later on in life after you done made your nest egg. Because see, Diddy done made a bunch of his money. Diddy's prime money making years are behind him now. He making money off of the work he did years ago. They can't take that from him, right? They can't take that from him. So what can you learn from it, guys? Which is everybody gonna have their stuff in the closet. But y'all got to understand, man, money is an amplifier. Money is an amplifier. Now, Diddy got introduced to another life. Diddy got introduced to another life. Guess what, guys? Go back to Biggie's first album, Ready to Die, and then go listen to Hypnotize. Go listen to it. Biggie was like, man, look, I'm over here living a different life now. Right? But what happened when he found out Faith? He thought that they told him Faith was with Tupac. Right? So I can see if he and Diddy are best friends and they always together, you knew they flew in the rage. You knew they flew in the rage because you out here talking about this luxury lifestyle. But meanwhile, these people are attracted to the people who steal in the streets. Now, you from the streets, so you got to act like that sometimes, TLC. So I just think that Diddy, what you can learn from it is, guys, when y'all get with these new people who, when we talked about, go back and listen to the podcast, guys, we keep dropping these bangers for y'all. Is your ex ruining your relationship, right? The only way your ex is ruining your relationship is your current one won't let the ex one die, right? You rescued her from Diddy. Now your whole life gonna be based on Diddy's money. She may as well stay with Diddy.
Well, ahead, and there's nothing left to rescue. There's nothing left to rescue. And if men are not just providers or pursuers, I'm gonna say, like, you guys pursue women, like, I'm gonna say on the hunt, for lack of a better phrase. Okay, and so it's almost like, just like when you get married. You did all this to get the girl, then you got the girl, and look, let me fall back, let me chill. And so, but now that he's done this, which is so big, what else can he do for her? If that was the biggest thing that was holding her in bondage, there's nothing else for him to do to her other than take her money.
He's going to unfortunately, when I started seeing his name come up, because the one thing you want to do if you're a man is, if you know your significant other, your wife or whatever, has been with other guys, all you can do is try to be better than those guys. Right? Now, the last thing, I ain't never heard nobody, I think he's behind this suit. I think his personal training business didn't take off. He thought he was going to get with her because she had a record that sold. He thought that her fame could grow his business. It didn't happen. Right? What can y'all learn from this? Let the ex stay an ex, because now Diddy just became Diddy. Your whole relationship is going to be based on your history with Diddy.
Yeah.
And now you done became a man who's living off of Diddy's money. And when y'all get in a fight, she going to remind you that you didn't help with none of this. No, I supported you the whole time, baby. No, but you know what? You ain't go through the guys. You ain't go through the hits. You ain't go through all that stuff, right? Diddy had to pay me because he know what he did to me, not what he did to you, right? Like that. Let's be honest. Diddy is paying Cassie, but I guarantee you that husband is there ready to say, let's flip it. No different than when the dudes show up when it's time to flip your taxes. Go ahead, TLC.
Yeah, I mean, there is another side to that. I mean, she started talking to that guy for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's for comfort or support or something. So that may still be there. I mean, we don't know their relationship. So.
TLC, that relationship was over. TLC, they needed money, bruh. And I'm not discounting what she went through. This, they didn't settle in a day if this wasn't going on for years. Right? You don't settle in one day.
Yeah. If they already settled, they've already discussed things. Things have already been discussed.
Yeah,
but I'm saying,
TLC,
he may still be there in a supportive role of her.
Cassie had a lifestyle that this guy could not keep up. Regardless of what she went through, she was on the red carpet here. She was in a private jet there. Now, look, dude, I can pull up the People magazine article again, right? If you got Diddy balloons, it's different than Publix balloons. I'm just saying. Yeah, look, TLC, look at the pictures with her and Diddy, and now she over here trying to have this regular life. I'm telling you, it's Keke Palmer all over again. Keke Palmer said, I got to get out of this lifestyle. I want to go with just a regular guy. Now that regular guy, that thing then worn off, and I want my lifestyle back. I got these 2 kids who I don't want them to know. I don't want them to know lack. You know what Cassie saw? Cassie saw Diddy's children not wanting for nothing. Cassie saw that anytime them children called up, Diddy gave it to them. Cassie saw that businesses are being named after these children. Look at the personal trainer. Here's the name of my company. And now he trying to make it seem like he doing it for his 2 daughters. He doing it for his 2 daughters. No, you ain't doing it for your 2 daughters. Bruh, the woman went through enough trauma. And you just taking her through it again. Because the first thing you should have said was, let's not make this public. Let's take what he gonna give us. Don't make this public and embarrass you. Guys, guess what? It's always the person who's not gonna have the scarlet letter on them that's telling you to go get the scarlet letter. Because ain't nobody talking about him. We did not know Cassie did all this. And I'm like, oh my, and it ain't Diddy saying she did it. It's her saying she did it. And they settled the next day, which means there's some accuracy in that thing. There's some accuracy in that thing.
Women not gonna say stuff like that out loud.
Well, she gave too many details.
That she has to go to that extent to even have somebody listen to the story or believe part of her story.
But guess what? Why did you get with somebody? I would love to know this man's business plan without Diddy's money. Show me your business plan for your personal training business without Diddy's money. Because I think Cassie is doing this to help her husband look like a provider. Because you didn't left Diddy. And had we heard about her before this lawsuit again, once they broke up? She had kind of gone.
I didn't even know her music. I couldn't tell you one song.
Look, it's just me and you. You remember that song, right? So, but that's what I'm trying.
Like the intro.
I might remix it.
Said that sounds like the intro.
No, it was a hit, man. It was a hit. But that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. This is so that this man did not get his business off the ground. This is one thing I got to give Keke Palmer boyfriend credit for. He just he wasn't trying to do nothing. He was just like, man, I'm staying home, I'm just babysit.
Had them Twitter fingers.
Yeah, Twitter fingers, right? Twitter fingers. But see, I guarantee y'all, the man is behind this. We had not heard about this guy since they got married. And now he had a wife that everybody knew was Diddy's girlfriend, not his wife. And he's the one who needs Diddy's money to help build his personal training business. I give it 12 to 18 months, guys. Because once they get you to get the money, they don't need you anymore. They only got with you because they thought the money was going to follow you. And when that money dried up, because I'm pretty sure Diddy gave her a stipend. When they broke up. Diddy knew some things would get out. And all of a sudden, I think that money was running out.
But if she didn't have another record deal lined up, and let's just be real, Diddy had a lot of pull back then as far as with artists and
still do. And still do,
right? And so, like, if she did leave, but with her wanting to leave, I'm sure that dried up a lot of prospects for her with other record companies for them to even take a look at what she had to offer.
Yeah.
But then you also had other up and coming female stars like Sierra and all the other people that names are still relevant right now. So I could see her being in between a rock and a hard place with that, with trying to get out of whatever abuse she was going through, but then also wanting to have a music career. Because I don't think she's released anything, has she? She
has not released anything because it was all about his personal training business. Guys, this man is in people. I'm
talking about with Diddy. Like
with Diddy, she didn't have to release anything. She didn't have to.
Was she on Bad Boy?
Did she come out with any more music?
No, she wasn't on Bad Boy, but she didn't have to release any more music, guys, because that's the lifestyle she had. When you get with Diddy, you don't have to release that music or anything like that. She was arm candy. She was his personal property. I hate to say it like that, but she was his, whatever he wanted. And that's the whole point. That's why I think he was paying her still. I think the husband got in here. And the husband never turned into, y'all got to understand, man. Y'all got to understand. I know we got to get ready to close. Y'all got to understand, you sitting here telling this girl all your dreams and all your visions, and if you just had the money, it will work out, right? So she giving you this money, and now I hated this because now you're in People magazine. You're on People. Where's Cassie at in People? Cassie got to go and hide because what she just released was it? I mean, that was horrific. What she just released. If y'all get a chance to go read it,
I'm had to read it, man.
man, you got to read it. And now her husband is in People talking about he supported her the whole time. Man, if you supported her, at the end of the day, bruh, I don't know what it would have been had it not gone public. But was your personal training business worth the woman you say you love and the mother of your children having this out there versus taking the amount he would have given you to keep quiet without it coming public? This is the mother of your children. These same two girls that you said you love, what they gonna grow up in Google? What they gonna grow up in Google? Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, so let's just say Diddy was like, all right, Cassie, I'll give you 10 million, man. Don't ever call me again. Was that 20 million additional worth you exposing what your mother did, what their children's mother did? Did you just claim to people how good of a dad you are and they're your purpose and all this stuff? And guys, that's what pisses me off about this whole, how is he in People? Y'all help me understand. If this is a Cassie and Diddy situation, how did he get in People? Because he the one driving it.
But people probably needed some clicks. They probably needed some subscribers or something. I don't know. Like, you showed me something tonight. I didn't even know, other than the People Sexiest Man Alive,
Yes.
I don't know too much more about People.
Y'all, these people are getting with you. These people are getting with you so that you don't move on from your past relationship. Cassie will forever be linked to this settlement. Everybody knows dirt on her that we never knew before. As beautiful as this girl is, once y'all read the document, once y'all read what was filed, you ain't gonna believe. When Young Jock was just talking about when Cassie shaved her head, Diddy saw somebody that had half of her head shaved right in the club. Diddy walked up to Cassie and said, "Shave your head." Next picture, shaved head. Right? Like it was crazy how this thing is. And I'm just telling y'all, the husband is in People magazine. Show me where he was in People magazine before. And the only reason he was in People magazine before and relevant before was because he was the guy that she left Diddy for. In between that time, never again, because he did nothing relevant. Now he gets the profile in People magazine. TLC, give me your closing thoughts tonight as we get ready to get out of here, bro.
Closing thoughts, first of all, happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Thank you for listening, tuning in as always. I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? But my closing thought was just, I remember when I first saw it, all the women's comments on Facebook, and I really started to realize just how traumatized a lot of women were in their own lives. So it's a terrible situation. I'm not trying to make light of it at all, but yeah, it's crazy. The relationships out there are crazy.
Y'all better go through our relationship series. We giving y'all answers now for entertainment purposes only. We giving y'all answers though. If you seek God and listen to the podcast, he'll give you clarity. TLC, he'll give you clarity. Rhonda, jump in there. Give us your final thought.
My final thought is I do like what you said about people being compromised and being aware of when you do get with someone who's compromised. I like that take on that. But if you were to poll any amount of women, whether that's 20 or 2,000 or however many, I bet a lot of them will be able to tell you incidences where they have been put in positions where no, they did not want to sleep with this person. They did it or they just laid there and just took it for whatever reason. Doesn't make it right, but because you may want to be with somebody, or you may feel like that's what you need to do, or whatever the circumstances of the relationship is. But I bet when it comes to anything where a woman is being violated, you could easily talk to other women and find that they can easily relate, or they could empathize with that woman's situation. And if with the accusations that she's put out there with him about him doing that to her, I think people should take that very seriously and believe people when they say that they've been violated and abused.
Okay. Okay. Now y'all know my takeaway. Make sure the person's arms you fall into ain't worse than the person you fell out of. And that's because honestly, guys, there ain't nowhere in the hell if I had professed my love for this person and that kind of thing, if it meant me clawing back money from somebody who you used to be with and I got to go through humiliating you. I ain't humiliating myself. He gonna be out. I'm telling you, 12 to 18 months from now, we're gonna be doing a podcast. because they didn't got divorced. Because now he's entitled to half of that TLC because that's a marital asset that they just got. That's a marital.
Did you say you invite me back on the podcast 12 months from now?
Yes, yeah. You get the rest of. You get a whole year off. You get a whole year off, TLC. Your wishes have been granted. The genie has come out of the bottle. Your wish has been granted. Guys, don't choose somebody worse than what you just left. And this is my opinion. Entertainment purposes only. Allegedly, however many disclaimers I got to put in there. I think this guy that she's with is worse than Diddy because nobody knew all this stuff. And if the people who did know were keeping it quiet. And now this thing is out there for the whole world to see, just like Keke Palmer's boyfriend. We did not know in 2022 she had cameras in her house, and now everybody done seen it. If you just would have gone away quietly, y'all got to understand, man, relationships ain't about winning and losing. Relationships are about staying together or moving on quietly, right? And that's what it is, man. Y'all got to recognize, don't go to somebody. You think this person is your savior. This person is willing to sacrifice you more than the person you just left. This man should not be in people talking about how great he is and how much support. It wasn't his reputation. We ain't hearing about none of the women he was with before her. All the women he possibly have slept with as a personal trainer. We ain't hearing none of that. We hearing about how good of a husband he is, how good of a father he is. And what I'm pissed about, guys, is he's about to take what she just got from Diddy and she gonna end up with nothing again because she thought this person was different. Nah, man, the devil wears many suits. Like Lil Richard said, all of them don't have a red tail and horns. Some of them gonna look exactly like what you are attracted to. And that's what I'm saying. Don't ever go from the frying pan to the skillet. And I think that if you're going to take anything away, just know that first person you get with after trauma is the worst person you're going to meet. Because why are you meeting somebody at the bottom? Only meet people at the top. Because if you meet people at the bottom, they're going to treat you just as worse as the person you just left. And y'all know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the Real Cigar Jeff, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Look below in the description. Support the channel. Get the merch, TLC. Let them know where they can find you at on the socials.
I'm on Instagram at TLClay1. I'm on Patreon, The Joke I Didn't Tell.
Rhonda, let them know where they can find you at on the socials.
You can find me on IG at RMBLMBT.
Man, and y'all know what it is. And until next time, we gonna holler. Yeah. It's your boy JB. Live and direct to you. You know what it is. Like and subscribe to.
For some reason, it was still freezing up